Hello everyone, welcome back to Rob's Stuff and Things. Today we're looking at another brand new Walking Dead action figure release, talking about the HIYA Toys 1/12 scale Dead City Negan. And I am extremely excited for this one. Like, obviously I loved the McFarlane 1-2 Live Rick Grimes statue, but like this is the first, like, not the first, because the first one I've gotten from HIYA Toys. This is my first figure from HIYA Toys, period. And this is a huge box for this figure too. Like, I know this figure ain't that big. This is like, you could almost fit a 1/6 scale figure in here. This is a 1/12 scale, so it's about half that. Think of like your SH Figure Arts or your Tamashi Nations, stuff like that. Your Mezco. This is more in line with Mezco, I would say, because it has like the actual fabric clothes and stuff like that. So it's, you know, high quality stuff. Definitely worth it. I got mine off of Amazon.com. Surprisingly, I did find this there for slightly cheaper than I had initially pre-ordered it on a different site. So I canceled that pre-order. I'm still waiting for the Exquisite mini versions of Negan and the Walker King from Dead City. But yeah, I'm happy to get this one first because it's definitely a higher end figure. So yeah, let's go ahead and unbox this baby. So box right off the start has pretty cool art of Negan from Dead City. Pictures of the figure down there. If you want to get a closer look. There you go. There's a nice slipcover. It says Negan with Lucille going across his name there, which is pretty cool. It says it on the other side as well. The back is just the same art as the front, just without the extra pictures and some, you know, the credits as it were for the manufacturer. Also has the HIYA Toys logo in the corner up here. Pretty cool. This is actually a cardboard slipcover, so that comes off, and you get even more Dead City goodness. Now, I really love that like HIYA Toys picked up the license and is doing figures for the spin-offs, because McFarlane has the license to do it. They're just not doing anything with it. Like, obviously they made that statue, but that's it. That and the 10-inch Sheriff Rick Grimes are the only new things they've done with the Walking Dead license since they reacquired it. Other than that, they've just put out repackages of their old stuff. So HIYA Toys, they give you a lot of credit for picking up Walking Dead and making spin-off figures. Like, there's even a Daryl Dixon out. I have to get that one. They have Rick Grimes and Michonne coming for the Exquisite minis, as well as a Rick Grimes in this style as well. And they've teased more at various conventions in San Diego and stuff. So very excited for what they have coming in the future. Sadly, it just takes a little bit of time for us to get them in the States. But you know what, worth the wait, because we're getting new stuff, so that's the main thing. So let's go ahead and continue this. There's nothing on the back, by the way, it's just like concrete. Made it look like concrete at night, I guess. Yeah, I do love the Dead City logo. Now, I will say again, this box is huge for this figure. Like, I would expect a normal Mezco sized box, but like, look at the figure compared to the rest of the box. Like, that's crazy. But hey, you know, whatever. We get a nice, solid packaging with it. Like, this is sturdy cardboard. It's nice. Let's go ahead and get this tray out. As well as this one. Put this on the back. There we go. Right, starting off with the base. So we got two base styles here. Let's see. So you got the main. Oh, that's cool. It stores all the accessories. Even comes with a little baggie in it. Wow. HIYA Toys. That's what I'm talking about. Don't have to worry about busting out the box again if I want to change something. All right, HIYA Toys, you're winning me over. I swear to God. It has this other base piece. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so this is so the base topper, the lid says Walking Dead Dead City on it. I'll probably use this because I like that kind of style. I might even use the Cricut to make a label that says Negan right here, because it'll make it a little cooler. But this is an alternate top that has multiple ports for the stand. That's really cool, HIYA Toys. See, you know, Hot Toys, take note. Like, if they can do it, you can do it too. Like, come on. This is really cool. It also has these little pegs, or these things. I'm not sure what these are. These might be to clip the bases together for, like, if you have multiple figures, I think. I'm guessing. I really don't know. I don't see instructions anywhere unless they were in this bag. This might be a little bit of a longer video because I'm also exploring. Nope, no instructions there. I'm also exploring this figure front and back here. This is really cool. I'm gonna have to figure out what those are. And you got the display stand. One thing I will say about these display stands is this is a lot of stand for a figure that's mostly going to be on the base rather than flying. This is more of a flight part. So you have to like bend it back and then forward to really get at the figure. I might have to spin it around here. There we go. So you end up with this kind of arm, which is fine. Like, it'll work. It's just you can only go back so far, so I can't put the base to the wall if I needed to. But I mean, not much to complain about, you know what I mean? That's a really cool base. Like, I really love that you can store the pieces there. Although you can't restore this. That's gotta stay in the box. Alright, let's go get this out the way. Let's get the figure out here. I'm excited for this. This is really, really cool. This is really quality packaging from HIYA. I think they took great care and showed a lot of love for the figure. Oh wow. So my main concern for this figure is that this is probably pleather on his jacket. And that's fine. I know a lot of companies use it. Pleather, if you don't take care of it or don't store it in the proper temp, it can start to flake over time. So I'm going to be very careful in terms of posing it because I don't want to stress it too much. Because this might not last forever based on the feel of it. It might. Could be completely wrong. They've used a different kind of material, but it's hard for me to trust knowing what Hot Toys go through and what you pay for those. Oh, this jacket I think is wired too. Wow, that's really cool. So this actually has wired edges, so you can flare it out, make it do cool things. Like, it stays in its position. That's really cool. All right, well, let's show that head sculpt, right? All right, that's not bad. That actually doesn't look too bad to Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It's not perfect. I'll tell you that much. It is most certainly not perfect. Where's the camera? Focus. But it's not the worst. It especially looks like him from the side, I would say. Get in focus. Come on. Focus on the figure. Well, I'll get closer shots there later. But overall, that's a really nice figure. Wow, I wish they could have gone for like 7 or even 10 inches. Just so they'd be in scale with the other Walking Dead figures, which I will compare it to, the McFarlane stuff. And obviously this is based off his appearance off Dead City, so his outfit is different, his jacket is different. It's not the same one he wore in the main show. It's a bit more of a trench coat. But I appreciate the differences, you know? Alright, let's go into accessories. Let's go ahead and kind of snag him on here so he stands up. The other thing is, like, I don't want this to pinch into the jacket. You can just kind of lightly hold it. Yeah, it's a nice little stand there. It's a bulky. The stand is more bulky than the figure, and it probably needs to be. This is almost thicker than a Hot Toys base. That's crazy. But overall, really cool. I'm very happy with that. Now, he does come with a second head, which, you know, we don't get those a lot for these figures. So let's go ahead and bust that open first. Maybe I'll put this on the figure later. I don't know. It is a smiling head sculpt. I think that takes away the likeness of Jeffrey Dean Morgan. This does not look like Jeffrey in a lot of ways. It's close. Like, it's not the worst, but I don't think I'll be using this. I forget what side the camera's on. Sorry, I'm using my phone to record. Did you guess? I don't know how close. Focus, come on. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like I said, I'll take closer shots later so y'all can see that. Because I'm not the best at this. But yeah, I'll keep it with the normal neutral face, so that way it's more Jeffrey. Right, in terms of accessories, it doesn't come with a whole lot. He does come with all the essentials. You know, he's got a bunch of spare hands. He's got 2 other sets of hands, 2 fists, 2 grabbing hands, and 2 open palm hands. Does come with a tactical knife that can go right in the sheath on him. Does come with a lead pipe because that was his main weapon in season 1. So that's pretty cool that he comes with that. And of course, it wouldn't be Negan, even though this is based off season 1, it wouldn't be Negan without Lucille. They had to include that in there. And being that he's basically wearing the same outfit in season 2, I'm probably going to display him with this, because how could you not have Negan with Lucille? I will say, though, Lucille has looked better. This is not the best looking version of it. I think McFarlane even did a better job with Lucille. HIYA Toys, you can do a little better with that, especially with what we're getting with the figure. Like I said, not the perfect figure, but not the worst by any means either. And I am pouring out the accessories because I'm going to store them in that base. I'm definitely going to utilize that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this guy posed up, and we'll see you in a second. And here he is in all his Negan-y glory. Looking badass as ever. This figure is really cool. I will say, down to the details, I think the buttons are, like the big silver buttons on his jacket, are a little huge. I will say that. But overall, I love the detail. I love that that knife fits in that holster really snug. Was a bit of a hassle to get in there. He does hold the bat well. Getting the hands transitioned is always tricky, because when it comes to figures like this, breaking wrist pegs is always a risk. And they don't give you spares with this guy, so you got to be really careful. Obviously, I did it without a problem, and here we go. This looks awesome. I cannot wait to find a space for this on my shelves. I have no idea where he's going to go, to be totally honest with you. I'm running out of space and walking that stuff. But before we go, I do want to do a bit of a size comparison. So you have your 1/12 scale figure, or yeah, 1/12 scale. I'm going to compare it to the original McFarlane Negan. He's not much taller. He's maybe an inch taller. So, well, this is 5 inch, so 6. And then you have the 7-inch Negan, which even standing from the ground is still a bit taller than he is on both their bases. So let's really bring that base up to there, and you'll see the difference. It's about an inch taller. So you have your 5, your 6, and your 7-inch Negan all together. I would say actually more like 5.5 inch. He's not even 6. Yeah. So there you have it, guys. That is Negan in all his glory from Dead City. I'm really hoping that HIYA Toys decides to release Maggie, because when it comes to Daryl Dixon, obviously we get Daryl Dixon. He's the title character. I imagine they'll make a Carol figure for her. When it comes to The Ones Who Live, the Exquisite miniseries, we get Rick and Michonne. But we're not getting a Maggie for Dead City when it's their show. It's not just Negan's. So I'm really hoping they do change that, and we do get Maggie to go along with this figure, or just the Exquisite mini version, because frankly, not making her for Dead City is a travesty. HIYA Toys, come on. You can do this well. I think you can make Maggie, and it would be just as good. And she, we need a good badass looking Maggie. As much as Negan is cool, he looks relatively the same. Like leather jacket, pants, that, Negan, right? Jeffrey Dean Morgan always looked good in the role, but Maggie evolves. She definitely doesn't look like she did in season 1. Doesn't even look like she did at the end of The Walking Dead, to be honest. So we need Dead City Maggie to go along with this. But overall, until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you whenever we get new Walking Dead stuff, or even new stuff that I just want to show you guys. So until then, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.